Donovan, would you state your name for the record?
Uh,
Would you just state your name for the record?
Donovan Smith.
Thank you.
Judge, this is a situation we're at. I was just appointed on this case. This is his second case. His first case about a month ago, we bound over to circuit court to Judge Kuhnke.
Okay, something is seriously off here. You've got one defendant, two cases, same exact day, just hours apart, and somehow the system treated them like completely separate situations. That's not just confusing, that can actually impact fairness in court. And the craziest part?
There was an argument of what had happened. Long story short, Judge Kuhnke yesterday ordered that the case be remanded back down to district court for a preliminary exam. And
On what day?
well, Judge, this case and the original case, both had the same offense dates, were hours apart. It was our argument that they should have been bound over. We should have known them together, for what that's worth. And so
Now imagine this from the defendant's perspective. You agree to waive your hearing just to get your bond reduced, thinking you're about to go home. And then boom, a second case appears and keeps you locked up anyway. That's frustrating on another level. This is where trust in the system starts to break.
long story short, I got a note from Judge Kuhnke's office that they were remanding the case back for the 15th. So I was going to ask for a 1-week adjournment and get these matters.
Had the other case already heard an exam?
No, we waived the exam, Judge, on the condition that the bond was lowered, which it was by you, from 50,000 to 10%. And then once we got up to circuit court, we found out about this case, which was the exact same day, only hours apart. And our argument was that we should have known about both cases. So all I'm asking is, Judge, if I know my client wants to have an exam in this matter, I don't have the police report, but that's fine. If he wants to set an exam, we can set an exam. But I was told by the Judge Kuhnke's court the case would be set for the 15th. I don't know if that's true or not. I guess what I'm asking for, Judge, is this is a very patient man, set matters for the next a week from today.
May I speak?
Go ahead.
First, I don't know if you remember me or not, but I've been in
I
here.
remember everybody.
I adjourned like 6 times.
No, I remember.
My lawyer made a deal with the prosecutor. They'll 10% my bond, and they can't add no new charges if
I remember. Well, I don't know that no new charges part of it. I remember
That's what
it
I'm
was
telling
just listen.
Okay.
I'm telling you what I remember specifically about it, because it's unusual for me to even agree to it, was that you were going to waive up, and
And here's the turning point. The judge gets it. He sees the frustration. He sees the confusion. But legally, he's forced to treat these as two separate cases. That's the difference between what feels fair and what the law actually allows. But let's be real for a second. Do you think this situation was handled properly from the start?
reduced your bond. All right? That I do recall.
That case was a discharge of a building, so it was our impression
Right.
that they weren't going to add any firearm charges to that, any additional charges. I did not know about a second case where he was allegedly caught in a car with a gun. So now this charge is CCW. I can understand his frustration, but there are two different cases at the same exact day.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I never got arrested with a gun. They never.
I don't want to talk about the facts, and I'm just procedurally trying to figure out why in the heck we're where we are. Case waived out. Right?
Correct.
I reduced his bond. Did he get out? Did he get out?
That very day, they charged him the second day. He never got a chance. He was arraigned that $25,000 bond on this case, which prevented his release on the first case. He never made it out, Judge. He was about ready to.
So there was an agreement that he'd waive up. I reduced the bond. They didn't charge a new case, and he's held.
Correct.
That's beautiful.
So What we were asking today on this case, if it would be $25,000, 10%, I don't believe the prosecutor has an objection to that. Hopefully, both matters can be heard next week in this young man.
Well, I don't even know. Here's the problem. And I don't have a problem with that, Mr. Killwald. The problem that I have is something's coming back from circuit court. It's supposedly set for the 15th. I don't know that. Usually, something is going to be set on this docket. We get a call. Somebody tells us, because we'll give them the date. And so what I'm a little bit worried about is I'm going to adjourn this young man's case out next week, and I still don't have that other case.
I think, can't say for sure, but it sounds to me like the circuit court case,
I don't know why that's coming back to us. I just know I don't get that. And I'm not saying that anything you're telling me is not what you know. I don't know why it's coming back, and you're telling me there's this case coming back. He's got this case. I remember what he did when I released him on the other case, and now he's back in, and you want me to give a date that I don't know is going to be able to go for. I mean, none of this is making much sense to me.
I think this young man thought that there would be no new charges.
Well, whether or not there are new charges or not, I don't know that is necessarily my issue right now. My issue right now is I'm trying to get his case heard. And I can't, this case that's in front of me right now, I can't even get that heard because now you're telling me there's this other mythical case coming back to, I don't know. And it's on the same day. Do we have anything? No. Here's the thing. If I adjourn it out, well, you guys have your conversation. I'll just wait.
Judge, I'm sorry. I understand his frustration, but I don't have.
Well, yeah, I understand his frustration too because he waived off. I reduced his bond. New charges come. He then gets a new. He then can't go. And then when the case goes up, regardless of what his understanding was and what that was, now all of a sudden it's going to come back. Meanwhile, while all that's happening, I'm in custody. So, gee, I don't know why he's frustrated. Because as you can tell, I'm not. Okay, but here's what I'm going to do, okay? You may not like the answer that I give, but at least what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an answer so we know what to do, okay? Because I don't want to set it for next week, and next thing I know, that case coming from circuit is 2 weeks out, because then I got to bring him back. That doesn't even make any sense. So, say nothing.
Judge,
say nothing.
As far as bond,
say nothing.
You're very considerate,
Judge.
Judge.
What?
Huh?
Because for this case.
Fine. Please ask.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pass the matter, take him back. I'm gonna call down, or have my staff call down. We're gonna figure out where this man's case is, where everything is, and try to get it all where it's supposed to be.
All right, thank you.
And nobody may like the decision I make in the end, but at least we'll know what's happening. Because right now, we don't even know what's. You understand me? Yeah. Say nothing. Take it back.
Donovan, would you state your name for the record?
Donovan Smith.
So here's what I'm going to do. Try to come up. Is he going to want exams on these? Is that the deal? What?
Oh, especially the CCW.
All right, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
Fine. So I got the paperwork. What I did is I took the one that we sent back. We got the CCW here. Are both going to be requested for exam? So what I did is, rather than wait till next week, I got the paperwork. We're going to deal with it. What we're going to do today. Okay. So I'm just not gonna. So I'm asking, what do you want to do on both of these cases?
You want to go to have exams on these? Both of what? What?
Let me just say this also. Because the one that was a waiver was assigned to me as to come back for.
It's fine.
So if you said, but if it normally my next date would be February 3rd, but given all of the circumstances, and again, I'm not sure why things are happening or what it happen, I'll give you a special date as soon as I possibly can for me.
That's fine.
Okay. So do you want exams on these?
If not, well, we can either wait back up the circuit court.
Okay, well, then we need exams, Judge.
You want to?
Yes, client would like to have exam.
I think it's more important. Mr. Smith, you understand what I'm trying to do, right? Okay. So normally I'm studying today is the 20th, but I'm not on 20th. What do we? On the 20th, I can do the other courtroom. I can do that. Okay. Oh. So I'll set it as though, so I'm taking a week. Okay. So I set the preliminary examination in person. Set it for January 20th, 2026. And you want me to do one? Let me put it at 1 p.m.
Judge, not to cause any problems, I have a full docket with Judge Kunke that day. Is there any chance?
Well, she could have kept this one and you could have been on it. I'm sorry.
Is there any chance we could do that in the?
Go ahead. What?
Is there any chance we could do it in the morning of the 20th?
No, because what's happening, the other judges are in my courtroom.
Okay.
And that's the best I can. Are you going to be there a whole day on the 20th?
That's 4 cases, yeah. Sentencings and show causes.
Give me another date, but it's going to have to be before the 20th. You're not going to do this.
Okay, so we could do the 15th or day 14th.
3.
Yes.
I like to go home. Right. This is the next time I can.
That's what my client wants, Judge. I'll know this afternoon if I'm going to trial on the 12th, but let's schedule it for the 14th.
All right. I'll set it for the 14th. Pardon? Have prelims on the 13th? Oh, what the hell? I mean, heck.
Yeah.
My apologies. Why didn't you just tell me? I thought I did. Really? I'll just send it on my prelim document. January 2026. It'll be at 9 a.m. What are you guys doing?
Judge, just for the record, I'm pretty sure if my trial goes, I'll have to.
What were you guys? What? I know. So? What? What were they doing? I told you I didn't want him waiting. I have the third kick. No. I had to do this the last video. Stop talking. 9 a.m. That's before me. So we're going to get you in before even the time that was set for the case coming in. Now, the issue regarding bond, and I'm trying to, I need to figure this out. At the time, on the case that went up and has now come back, I gave him a personal.
No, you gave 10% bond. He
10%.
50,000
Post
cash
that?
surety. He was going to post it that day, but that day also the new case came in. That case has a $25,000 cash bond. So right now he has a $50,000, 10%, 25,000 cash. We were asking if the court would consider 10% on.
So, right, I got you. So the one he was gonna post, he was still in a position to post it, right? Is that, am I right?
50,000. Yeah.
The 50, you could still post.
10,000.
At the time that the agreement was made, him waiving and reducing his bond, were the people aware of that other case?
Judge, I can tell you that I authorized the charter for the show. 30.
No. Here's what I'm at. When
For what?
I hate the days I'm talking French because nobody's understanding. Listen, on the when he waived up, what date did he waive up?
23rd.
23rd of
December.
December. And that's when the agreement was made to reduce his bond.
Yes.
Correct.
So then, other cases out. And so, based upon those dates, people were aware of that other case when the agreement was made to reduce his bond. That's all I need to know. So, on his new case, the carrying a concealed weapon, gonna post on the other case. I'm gonna set that for preliminary examination. Just going through, making sure my paperwork's clear. 13/2026, 9 a.m. for me on that case. On the court motion, that way I'm doing it fair. I'm going to reduce his bond to a $25,000 personal account.
Means that's a PR bond. If you don't show up for court, you'll go to court. 5,000.
So if he can post the other one, he can post the other one, and we're going to be back right where we're supposed to be. Except that you're not in change court for
25 grand. Thank you very much for your.
Got that?
Thank
Okay, we'll see you on the 13th. And if you get out, don't do anything stupid.
I'm not.
You hear me?
Yeah. I don't even live in Ipsy.
Or you
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
come
something
back
stupid
down.
someplace else?
No.
I just said don't do anything stupid. I don't care where you are. Got it? Thank you.